Following the death of Philip II of Macedon, his 20-year-old son, Alexander, has taken the throne. A victory at Chaeronea had united Greece under Philip's banner, but in the confusion following his death, unrest is rife. Alexander must crush this dissent quickly. Only once this is achieved can he look to carry through his father's plan to strike at the mighty Persian Empire. With the all-powerful Persian fleet patrolling the waters to the south, Alexander will need to pick his moment carefully. Securing coastal settlements will deny the Persian ships the ability to refit, eventually lessening their effectiveness. But Alexander cannot spare the men to garrison such settlements too heavily, and it may be necessary to slaughter those who might otherwise rise up against him. To achieve his objective within his lifetime, Alexander will need to maintain his momentum as he drives into the heart of Persia. Reinforcements will take months to arrive, so he must recruit local mercenaries to bolster his ranks. In order to proclaim himself the rightful king of Asia, Alexander must control 10 key cities within the given turns.
The day has dawned, grim and terrible, but how much more terrible to be facing us, the sons of Hercules, Achilles and Zeus. Even now, fear must weaken the bowels of our foes. And at the last, brave sons of Alexander, I say this: strength and glory to you all!
The great empire of Persia is crushed, and its people acknowledge you, their ruler. You have matched the achievement of the greatest conqueror the world has ever known, a man whose name echoes throughout history. Having conquered Persia, Alexander continued into India. He smashed King Porus at the Hydaspes River, but his men, exhausted, homesick, and unsettled by their king's bouts of increasingly unbalanced behavior, finally refused to go any further. Despite his fury, Alexander had no choice but to lead his tattered troops down the Indus and then west towards Babylon, where hundreds of his men perished in the Gedrosian desert. Babylon would be the new center of Macedon rule. Further steps would be taken to create an homogeneous culture, and a new fleet would be born to challenge Arabia and Carthage. But none of this was to be. On his return to Babylon, Alexander finally met an opponent against whom all of his courage and skill was useless. He succumbed to a fever, and at the age of 32, the man who rode unscathed from countless battlefields died in his sickbed. Truly, Alexander had earned his epithet, the Great, and in the process attained immortality.